Good morning, everyone. Welcome to The Explainer. I'm so thrilled to have you here today because we are diving into a tool that's literally the absolute cornerstone of precision measurement. Introduction to Vernier Calipers. The goal. Today, I will explain exactly how to use a vernier caliper. Preparation and zeroing. Step 1. First, begin by cleaning both the measuring jaws of the caliper and the surface of your object with a lint-free cloth to remove any dust or grease. Taking just a quick moment to wipe everything down ensures that tiny, pesky debris won't throw off our incredibly fine measurements later on. Ensure the jaws are completely closed. The totally crucial point here is that we're establishing our absolute baseline before we even think about proceeding. Right, and check that the zero mark on the vernier scale aligns perfectly with the zero mark on the main scale. If they don't match up, well, you absolutely must account for this zero error. Even the very finest tools can drift a bit, and spotting that slight misalignment right off the bat saves you from recording completely inaccurate data later. Positioning your object. Step 2. Next. Loosen the locking screw on the top of the sliding jaw so it can move freely. Open the jaws wide enough to accommodate your object. Doing this just ensures you aren't forcing the object into a space that's way too tight, which wonderfully protects both your shiny caliper and whatever you're measuring from getting scratched up. Then, position the object securely between the external measuring jaws, ensuring it sits flat and square against the surfaces. I can't stress this enough. Alignment really matters here. If your object is even slightly tilted inside those jaws, you're measuring a diagonal angle, not the true diameter or width you actually need. Making proper contact. Step 3. Then, slide the movable jaw inward until the tips make firm, uniform contact with the object's surface. Uniform pressure is absolutely key here. You want the object held securely and evenly right across the jaws. But hey, be sure not to apply excessive pressure, as this can actually cause the jaws to flex or tilt, leading to an inaccurate reading. The contact should be firm but gentle. It's kind of like a delicate balance, but keeping this in mind guarantees your readings will remain perfectly true to the object. Reading the measurement. Step 4. After that, carefully read the measurement. This part takes just a little bit of focus, so let's break down exactly how you decode these two separate scales. First, identify the last whole number, or tick mark, on the main scale that appears right before the 0 on the vernier scale. Next, just scan along the vernier scale to find the specific line that perfectly aligns with any marking on the main scale. You can really see how these two separate scales work in tandem here. It's basically an ingenious analog system that locks together for absolute pinpoint accuracy. Then, add this value to your main scale reading to obtain the precise total measurement. So the main takeaway is that it's just a straightforward addition process. Your main scale number plus your vernier scale fraction equals your flawless final answer. Proper tool maintenance. Step 5. Finally, once you've successfully recorded your data, tighten the locking screws slightly if necessary to preserve the setting while you note the result. Guys, this is such an excellent habit to build. It essentially freezes your hard work right in place so you don't accidentally bump the sliding jaw before you can write the measurement down in your notes. Afterward, loosen the screw to release the object and wipe the tool down with a light coat of machine oil to prevent oxidation. This step is entirely about tool longevity. That very light oil coating is literally your absolute best defense against rust and wear over time. And store it safely in its protective case. Precision achieved. So, what will you measure next? I really hope this structured breakdown has made the vernier caliper clear and easy for you to master. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep practicing those precise measurements, and I'll catch you next time.